I made small and consistent changes to my lifestyle habits and eating habits. Fast forward 3 years, all my health issues resolved right in front of my own eyes. I was not sick. I became very mindful about my food choices. I was also not focusing on eating nutrient-rich food, new country, new culture. Hello beautiful souls, how have you been? Many of you were contacting me regarding your fibroids, endometriosis, adenomyosis and PCOD. Many of you were asking me how I healed my fibroids with just real foods and lifestyle changes. So I thought I'll just share my journey of how it happened, and maybe it can give you some insights, and maybe my journey could be useful for many of you. Like many of you, I was also super busy during my early 30s with my career, my family, and also I didn't have any major health issue as such. I was relatively healthy except for this occasional constipation, menstrual pain like abdominal cramps during the initial days of my menstrual cycle. That's it. Otherwise, pretty much I was feeling healthy and normal. Over the years, my abdominal cramps during the menstrual cycle started becoming very painful gradually, and also I started developing excessive bleeding. That I also started developing acne, hot flashes, migraines, anemia because I was losing so much of blood. I developed anemia as well. I also was struggling with low energy because my thyroid gland also joined the party and it became underactive. I was diagnosed to have hypothyroidism, where I had to take thyroid medications. I went to many doctors and all I got was more prescriptions with side effects and no relief. In fact, I was suggested to try a birth control pill to reduce my pain and also the bleeding. The birth control pills made my periods last for months. Yes, at once I was bleeding for 6 months straight. And when I contacted my doctor, I was told my body is adjusting to this new birth control pill and I need to be patient with it until my body gets adapted to that birth control pill. During the 6 months period, my iron level went drastically low. I went from hemoglobin level of 11 to 3 and I was literally crawling. I was constantly experiencing tiredness and headaches, and I didn't have any energy to do my daily work. Because birth control pills didn't go as per the plan, I was suggested to go in for complete hysterectomy, meaning surgical removal of my uterus and ovaries, as I had few cysts in both the ovaries. I strongly felt that hysterectomy is not an option to ease my pain and to reduce my bleeding. I thought anyway I was taking painkiller to control the pain, let me continue with it, and I also thought how I could improve my blood iron levels so that I can compensate for the blood loss that I've been incurring every month. The iron supplement that I bought over the counter, it wasn't suiting me well. It was causing me nauseousness and also causing me constipation and bloating. Fast forward 2 years, I became severely allergic to non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like the painkillers, the normal painkillers that we would take for pain. Like even paracetamol I could not take anymore. So that was a crucial moment for me. Up until then, I was managing with painkillers and stuff. And now, none of the painkillers are working and I need to do something. That's when I decided to get to the bottom of what exactly has happened to me. I wore my detective cap and started my investigation. I realized that all the problems would have started in my late 20s or in my early 30s. And it was slowly brewing inside. When I moved to the US in my mid-30s, everything started to accelerate. One of the reasons is like I've always lived in southern part of India where the only climate is hot, hotter and hottest. When I moved here, I was living in a place where there was 6 to 8 months of cold, bitter winter and also lack of sunlight. So that was one of the main things, lack of sunlight, lack of vitamin D, big time. I was also not focusing on eating nutrient-rich food, new country, new culture, new way of eating. I literally didn't pay attention to the nutritional profile of what I was eating. I didn't have any idea about all those things. The other thing is all the chemicals that has been coming through into my body in the form of personal hygiene products, household products. Everything started to work against me. I decided to take control of my health. I became very mindful about my food choices. I started learning yoga, Qigong, and also learning meditation techniques and also techniques to reduce my stress on a daily basis. I made small and consistent changes to my lifestyle habits and eating habits. When I was working at my soul, body, and mind level, things started to change. Fast forward 3 years, all my health issues resolved right in front of my own eyes. I was not sick. I was not tired anymore. And most importantly, my menstrual cycle was like a breeze. I was not even knowing it until it really happens. It became such an easy journey from that point onwards. Now I am in my early 50s and I feel much more beautiful and energetic than in my 30s. So after I healed myself, I thought it is my ethical responsibility to help other women who are also struggling like this. I quit my IT job of like 15 years and then went back to school to study nutrition and to become a licensed professional. Today, I help other fellow women and girls to have a better menstrual cycle and to live comfortably within their body. Remember, healing is a choice and it's possible only when you are willing to take the steps. Feel free to reach out to me if you'd like to know more about my journey or if you're considering a similar path. I will be very happy to share my experiences and support you along the way. Let's connect and empower each other on our healing journeys.